Fall is finally here, but with the sweaters comes the fall allergies. And here to help us with those watery eyes and the sniffles is Dr. Julie Wendt. Dr. Wendt, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Lexi.
So, okay, I have to know, what is the difference between spring allergies and fall allergies? I mean, what are we looking at here?
Different plants that are pollinating. So this time of year, ragweed and weed and Bermuda comes back.
Okay, and what kind of things are we gonna get from those? Like, what are the symptoms? Is it kind of the same as spring, or is it a little different?
Yes, the same, although
Okay.
different people have different allergies to different plants. So
Gotcha.
same pattern, but everyone has a different pattern to different plants. So postnasal drip, runny nose, itchy red runny eyes, hives, asthma, eczema, sleepless nights, coughing, headaches,
Oh my gosh.
sinus infection, sinus pain, lots of misery, sleepless nights, difficulty concentrating, fog brain.
I feel like I have some of those already. I mean, I know that we're slowly getting into the season for that, but can people already be experiencing this?
Absolutely. People who are very sensitive are going to pick up on it early. And the plants that have already been pollinating are already going to be making that people miserable.
Absolutely. Okay, so for those of us out there who are already feeling some of these symptoms, what are some things that we can do to kind of combat this?
Close the doors and windows. Let the air conditioning and heat do the work for you. Rinse the target organs. Maybe make that nighttime showering routine instead of the morning showering routine to make sure you're rinsing that pollen off before you go to bed. Make sure you're rinsing your target organs and then take your medication. And if that doesn't work, come see one of us allergists.
There you go. And so that's another great option that you can do, is that you could go see an allergist and have these things specifically pointed out so that you know if you're one of the people who is allergic to, if it's ragweed or if it's something specific, a grass or something like that. But some of the symptoms that you mentioned are also the same symptoms that you would get if you had a cold. So going into cold and flu season, how do we know if it's allergies or if it's a cold?
Well, if it's the same symptoms you've had at the same time last year, the year before, probably it's a cold. If you don't have a fever, if it keeps going and going, it's probably a cold, or it's probably an allergy. If it eventually gives up, it's probably a cold.
There you go. Okay, so the longevity, that's kind of how we know. And so they can come and visit you. And what kind of tests will you do to kind of determine their allergies?
We can do a skin test, we can do a blood test if you can't come off antihistamines.
Okay, great. And I mean, what do you do with that? Like, I know there's like the scratch test. What other things do you do?
Then we start thinking about how long the season is. We discuss, is it worth, we talk about, is it worth definitive treatment? Is it just a temporary fix? Do you want to avoid? Let's talk about how we avoid. So, and then do you want to do allergy shots? Do you want to do something permanent about this?
Gotcha. So there kind of are the more preventative things, and then there are the more kind of long-term commitment kind of thing, like the allergy shots. So for people out there who are thinking, oh my gosh, I cannot deal with another season of allergies, tell everybody where they can find you so they can come visit you and maybe start getting some of the stuff going.
Right. Relieve Allergy AZ and 480-500-1902. They can give us a call. I'd love to see them.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Nice and easy. So if you are someone like me who's already kind of seeing some of these symptoms, go visit Dr. Wendt. She'll take care of you.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Thanks, Dr. Wendt.